that can help you to better AI results. So first of all, why prompting is actually important? Because prompting defines what AI is allowed to do. AI does not independently decide the goals; it derives the task entirely from your prompt. AI does not understand the intent like the way human does. It basically is optimized for the exact instruction which you provide to it, and not by what you mean, because it cannot understand the the prompt. If the prompt is vague, the task boundaries are unclear, then what model will do? It will assume the things, it will make some guesswork. So what unclear prompt looks like: if you don't define the objective, the constraints, like how depth of content or output you want, or what is your success criteria, which kind of result will be considered as good. If these are not provided, the prompts will lead you to a not so good output. So what you have to do, you have to provide a good structured prompt, because AI does not have any idea about what what exact output you want. You have to tell it like what kind of output are you looking for. And then if you give a structured prompt, it will help AI to move from guesswork to accurate engineering and give the correct execution. So when you give a structured prompt, it can help you to get multiple benefits, like it will save your time, it will save your cost because number of trial attempt will be less, it will reduce the errors, it will increase the output depth and accuracy. Now, first of all, the technique is COT, chain of thought. It is a prompting method in which you ask the model to think step by step reasoning before giving a final answer. So, what we do, we basically tell model to show the work it is doing on backend, not just only give the answer. So, how it helps, because LLMs are generally good with patterns, but they are not so great with the complex multi-step logic, and unless you explicitly ask them for reasoning. And COT helps the model to break down the problem into the chain of intermediate steps and improves the performance on mathematics and reasoning tasks. It is generally considered more effective for larger models greater than 100 billion parameters. In 2022, there was research published by Google scientist. Let me show you that. Yeah, this is the research paper, PALM, scaling the model language modeling with pathways. Um, this the pathways language model, something which is 540 billion parameter model, and this achieved the better accuracy with the help of multi-step reasoning, something like that. Yeah, this is the research paper which you can read. So the basic agenda of this research paper is, it shows that their accuracy improved from 18% to 58% by using this technique called COT. There are two variants of COT. One is zero shot COT, and second is few shot COT. In zero shot COT, we do not provide any such example. We just ask model to basically add some phrases or sentence like think step by step and trigger reasoning without giving any example. But in few shot COT, what we do, we provide examples with the questions, answers, and the reasoning in between to get the answers from that question. That helps the model to learn from examples. Second is react, reasoning and acting. It combines your reasoning with actions, so model does both of the things. Sometimes model spend on thinking and getting like what should it do, and then it act actually and does what it thought, and then see and review it, that if the action or the result you got matches with the thinking or not, and just basically like, yeah, observe and then reiterate. So LLMs get the dynamic information, and uh, based rather than static reasoning, like for example like performing a search or web search. So like over here you can see it is in real world use case. It is employed in platforms like Expedia and Booking. The AI like see has the information about user budget, so it can basically based on that uh, take some action like showing the flight tickets which basically around the budget or something like that. And also there is one more article which I have to show you about REACT. This company S3B Global is using how React prompting enables smarter is using the React prompting technique, and they have published this article where they are saying that they achieved 30% better improvement in AI decision accuracy and 25% improvement as faster 25% fast response. So that shows that okay, React is something a very good prompting technique which you can consider. Third is skeleton of thoughts. In this, we ask the model to provide a skeleton or outline of the answer, and then each part of that is explained or in parallel. So model does work on those parts in parallel. So what it does is basically uh, does the work in parallel, so improves the inference time. Yeah, so basically it increases it by 2 or 3 times faster generation of the complex answers. So that's why and there is also one research paper which shows that SOT not only improves the speed up, not only improve the response time by 2 or 3 times, but it also provides a clear like yeah it provides very clear structured output because it is divided into multiple parts. So the next technique is self-refined technique, as name suggests, where we treat LLM as the self-editing thinker, or you can say something like a human iteration concept is also mimic over here. That first model generates an answer, then we ask model to critique its own answer, review it, and then identify the issues, and then model identify issues and correct those, and then this process is repeated in detail. Okay, repeated multiple times. It is used in, as you can see, the tools like GitHub Copilot and Cursor. So AI writes down the test cases and does test this code, and if it finds bug, then it will resolve that bugs. So yeah, this is a self refinement technique. RAR, it's rephrase and respond. In this, what model does. So this is mostly used for the cases where the question is not much clear, it is ambiguous, or yeah. So AI helps to identify to correct the question, or you can say get a clear question from a ambiguous question. So for the first step of model is to generate a better question from the given question, and then it answers that question which is generated by model itself. So like yeah, it is based on the fact that the biggest bottleneck of the quality is what you provide, is the question which you provide in the prompt. If that is unclear, then the model working on it would also give an unclear response. So first step you have to do is to clarify the question and generate a better question, and then work on that question. So the next technique which we have is COVE, which is chain of verification. Okay. It in this, what happens, model generates an answer, and then it generates something called question answer verification questions. So basically, as you can see this example, the model has generated a response that movie was released in 1994. Then a model generates some question verification question, like the question in this case is what is the actual release of the date of the movie release. So the answer of it is 1995. So in this way you can get that where my model is doing ish error, like in which part the model has made an error, and based on these like actual factual information we can correct the model output. So three step, one is to generate the baseline answer, second is to generate the verification question and the corresponding answers, and third is to verify your first draft based on these question answers which you have generated. So as you can see the real world use cases, it is used by legal tech Harvey AI, where model is helping them to verify their citation against verified legal database. The final is we have chain of NLI, natural language inference, for hallucination reduction. It is mostly used in RAG pipelines because uh, where the output model generate is based on some information from RAG database or PDF or something like that. So in this, what happens, we decomposes the process of hallucination detection and mitigation. We divide the it into a sequence of judgments or subtask, you can say subtask, where we, let's say model has generated an output, we will divide that output into some like parts, and then on each part we check if this part is matching with the information provided in RAG database or not. If it does, then it's fine. If it not, then we correct that information given by the model. So the final summary, which I can tell you, that COT, use it for reasoning, mathematics related task, step by step where you need. React is for grounding in search or performing Google search or something like that, calling tools, and basically taking action and checking if the action are right or not. SOT is for generating long form content and helps you to improve speed. Yeah, that's it. Self refine is to basically content generation. You want to get more better quality output. Yeah. So basically we critique it, and RAR is basically when the question is not clear. So to generate a better question and better answer, we use you can use RAR in in the cases where the question is ambiguous. COVE is for the factual information or truthfulness, and because we are generating the verification questions, so it is used in research and biology. CONLI, as I said, it is used in the RAG pipelines, and yeah, yeah, that's about it. Thank you. Bye.